Hey, favored ones! Welcome back to another collective reading. Come on in and take your seats at the round table. Throw in a couple of coins to the wishing well in the corner if you feel so. And we'll get right into it. So remember, these are general readings. Not all messages will apply. And of course, I'm not doing any personal readings at this time. So if anyone tries to message you in the comments or in your inbox, trying to solicit you a reading, I will not do that. That's a scam that they use in the spiritual community. Do not fall victim to it. It's not fun. All right, for any of those who are new, hello, and for any of those returning, thank you for your support. I just wanted to go over on our side of the channel. Some readers enjoy doing a prayer, some readers do a meditation, and for over here on Favorite Readings, what we like to do is called Welcoming in Utopia, where we bring in a feeling of relief and sense of calm with thinking about things that we would like to welcome into our own personal utopia. So if you'd like to take a moment and really get seated within that energy, you go ahead and we'll get into it. So I've been having a bit of a theory, hear me out, but I don't see why this theory wouldn't be accurate for anyone who has looked up Dolores Cannon and knows about reincarnation and spiritual mapping of ourselves in charts. There's this thing called imprinting spiritually, which I wanted to go over today. But I also had an extra theory that I couldn't really find. So if anyone is into this kind of subject and can let me know below what you think about it, that would be awesome. So since we're able to imprint on each other, and let's just go over this. An energetic imprint is where energetic structures are created in a strong mental or emotional energies where you feel as if you lived that memory, because to you that memory is true to your soul, and we can have experiences added on for us to know throughout our lives. So some of you may resonate with people of the past and you feel like you have a really strong energetic connection. Now, you could have been that person in a past life, or you could have had an energetic imprint. So let's see, I have written down here, you may relate to Frida, or Frida, Frida, Persephone, Cleopatra, Ramses, Joan of Arc, as well as Marcus Aurelius, like Lord Byron, who did this writing for Don Juan. So some of you may, with the Joan of Arc, some of you may be daring and explorers and innovative and doing things outside of the social norm for the first time ever. Some of you may be getting your pilot license, or you have a pilot episode that is starting. Now, you might be on a start of a pilot episode for either you're watching it, or you could be creator. You could be a creator of a TV series as well. So my theory is, since we're able to have imprints of like ascended masters and people of the past for our life experiences here, I was just wondering, since there's so many different deities and gods and goddesses and pantheons all over the globe, I'm wondering if like each one of those pantheons and like gods and goddesses had imprints of other gods and goddesses throughout times, and that's why we end up with gods and goddesses with close and related meanings all around the world as they started their journeys again, because I feel like even gods might reincarnate at time. That's my personal theory or belief. You certainly don't have to believe that, but it's just something that came to mind the other day, and I just wanted to share it with someone, so thank you for listening. Um, but yeah, I figured that maybe they have imprints of each other throughout time, and as they shift and grow, which is why you see more developments in their lore and historical analysis as we go uh, through time. All right, all right. Some of you may be looking and seeing if you're like birthday chart twinning with celebrities. You may notice that you have a lot in common with certain celebrities. You may be looking at their birth chart and comparing it to your birth chart and seeing uh, where those similarities come in and get involved. So with the Byron Don Juan, Lord Byron's poem of Don Juan, I feel like some of you are poets, or you write rap, or you write steamy novels, or you just read steamy novels. You're getting back into that feeling yourself and embarking in bringing sexy back and delving into your dark feminine for those who are embracing their feminine parts, as we all have our divine feminine and masculine parts of ourselves, yin and yang. I also had written down here Shawandith with like Bayotex, so some of you may be indigenous and part of Turtle Island as well. You also may resonate with being the last of your kind and the last of your people. That may be something that you had imprinted, that you feel within your heart all the time. You sometimes feel like missing your family. You could have came from a planet where it no longer exists anymore, and that could have been one of the reasons why you incarnated here, but it wasn't an imprinted feel. It was that you actually lived through that. And that's why it's bringing up that as a message for me here. Since she was like considered the last of the Bayotek in Newfoundland, of the tribe that lived there. So you may be the last remaining member of your family, or you may be estranged from your family as well. I also wrote down here for today's messages on small gestures, leaving big impacts. So this could be that you're like doing small gestures over time is really leading to a big impact on the community that you have around. So you're realizing that you don't have to overextend yourself. You don't constantly have to people please in order for people to like you. It's just small gestures of showing up and sharing something, giving them a compliment. You're seeing that these small gestures are going a long way. With small gestures, I also got the imagery of sign language. There's many different versions, so I'm not going to just say American Sign Language, because there's more. There's more than that. There's Brazilian, there's Spanish, there's all over the place. So sign language, you could be an interpreter, or of course, you can be a part of the deaf community, and that's just an everyday learning for you. Maybe you are learning sign language to communicate easier with your clients, your family, or someone within your community that you don't know every day, but you would like to make people feel more included into things. Maybe that's part of your utopia, is making people feel more inclusive with being welcome to certain places. So you could be an interpreter, you could be learning for yourself, and remembering that there's lots and many different kinds of sign languages. So what other download did I have here? You are a top shelf human. You're rare and in demand. So a lot of you could be finding that there are people who really want to get close to you at this time, and popular loner is what I'm getting. I also had it written down here, blue lotus flower. You may be looking into blue lotus flower powder in order to add to your vitamin intakes and for smoothies and stuff. The blue lotus flower was traditionally used as a sleeping aid, detoxification agent, and an aphrodisiac. So like I was saying, some of you are really stepping into your sexy energy. You're really feeling yourself. It's rich with antioxidants as well, so some of you may be going through fever and not feeling well at this time. Urinary problems and heart palpitations, so if any of you are looking for alleviation from that at this time, may you find relief and healing. Remember to affirm to yourself that your body does heal and it wants to work with you and not against you. So may you be at ease sooner than later. I got the Aristocats stuck in my head, so some of you may live close to Aristocats or France. I have Mossagate, promotes self-expression, communication, and encourages trust and hope. It's also good for traveling and grounding grounding nature. So if you are planning on traveling, no, I think that's adventuring. But it's still bringing to my mind that some of you are traveling, so be safe and you will be grounded. You're grounding. Some of you may be landing from a plane. That's might be why I'm getting it. You were landing. But yeah, getting closer to your personal nature. Like, what is your nature? Not what is someone else's nature. I feel like you're really grounding into what your personal nature is, like what you act like, not what anyone else is. And you're really getting grounded into your own personal nature. Yeah, like that commercial. Yeah, definitely some of you may be recovering from being sick. Because I'm getting that one commercial where it's like getting back to your normal again. It's like, Aiden, cut me in half again. Some of you might enjoy magic tricks and doing, the sleight of hand and illusion. Some of you may be escape artists or really good at contorting. Some of you might like horror movies where because I know in magic and in horror movies, they usually hire the same kind of people because you need someone who can like drop into weird shapes and run across the floor. And those people who usually get in those shapes use that in order to get inside of the box and get in weird positions so that they're not getting stabbed. Anyway, I'm not going to be here telling all of the magician's secrets. Aww. The 10 of Cups and strength. You have the strength to carry yourself over the finish line. Some of you may be working on a triathlon and you've been pacing yourself at this time, or a creative block had happened and you're breaking through that wall. You have the strength to carry yourself over the finish line. Yeah, some of you may be pulling inspiration from past famous people, and like I said with the birth charts and twinning with celebrities. Yeah, you could be keeping to yourself at this time with the rare and in demand, being a top shelf human. And yeah, you've worked your way up from being like box wine to top shelf. And not that there's anything wrong with box wine. You want box wine, you can have it. But you can have whatever you like. Some of you might enjoy remaking songs, like not only DJing and remixing, of course, but some of you might make up your own silly songs. Like Weird Al does. And yeah, you're willing to take calculated risks in order to receive reward, the payout. Some of you may gamble. That's not for everyone. But I feel like you're willing to take the risk of putting yourself out there in order to receive the reward of recognition. So you're putting yourself out there and you are receiving recognition at this time. Whether it's being a supporter or being a creator, at this time, people are really noticing that you have a lot to give and you have the strength to carry yourself over the finish line. Whether it was a creative block or a financial block, whatever it was that was making you need to be strong and hold on to your faith, and that things are going to turn out for you in the end. The sun will come out tomorrow. You're catching the rainbow. You're going to taste the rainbow. Some of you might like Skittles. Some of you might have moved on from tasting Skittles, and I don't mean like the actual candy Skittles. Some of you may have had the strength and you are getting sober at this time and sitting within your sobriety from popping, whatever it was that you were. But yeah, you've decided to face the belly of the beast. Is what I'm hearing. You were willing to face the belly of the beast, and for that, you're receiving your feast. Like if you knew you had to save for a while so you could go to school, and you knew that this investment would pay off, and you knew investing in your kid will pay off, investing in yourself and taking that leap, and yeah, you face the belly of the beast and you're receiving your feast. That's amazing. I'm happy. I'm excited. I love when other people are winning around me, because if I was the only one winning, it'd be sad. I can't do it. Like, I know I have to for my sake because I deserve it, but I would much rather see other people winning around me. And I feel like you're that way too as well, my collective. I feel like you're very, I'm gonna take this one. Yes, you're very hands-on with helping others and yourself. Because the King of Wands, this energy, it means that you are willing to sit until the right action time. I don't know if anyone else has seen the movie Quest for Camelot, but what I'm getting with this is the image of knowing when to strike. Because inside of the movie, he's always like, he's teaching her how to, he's teaching Kaylee how to wait in order for the right moment in order to strike. So some of you may be hunters or fishermen as well, and you know what type of day when the fish are coming out. You know when it's raining, they're going to be biting. You know which areas where the kids are, and you know where they repopulate, so you leave them alone in that area, and you really are a person of your craft. You've known it for a while, and you're not afraid to share with other people. And for those who are just starting out, I feel like you're guys are really wanting to make it easy on you by placing people around who have advice for you. And since you're so open and so secure with yourself, you aren't becoming jealous and envious of these people. Sorry, I keep getting air. Some of you may get air yawns or burps when or like a pocket of air that comes up whenever spirit wants to confirm for you. That might be one of your spiritual confirmations. But yeah, you're really having people around you, and you're not getting envious and jealous because they have had more experience, because you know they're not lucky. They worked hard. They took the action to sit pretty in their position. And you are getting ready to sit pretty in your position. I'm getting the image of a trapdoor spider. Some of you might like arachnids. But like with with some dragons and stuff like that, and like reptiles, they like sit there for a while and like wait and until it like literally lands in front of them, like all crunch, 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 crunch. So inside the movie, when they're going to like attack and try and not get strike down, he's like, wait until the best possible moment to strike. And I feel like a lot of you are sitting within your energy at this time, waiting for the right possible moment to strike. And oh, thank goodness. 2121 was on the clock, so you may be life path 33, or you could be seeing, you have been working on this since the year 2021. In the last 2 to 3 years, you've been really putting the pen to the grindstone and working your way on finding success. Some of you may be afraid that you're not being seen, because that overwhelming feeling came over me, and I knew it was running, but I couldn't see the camera because I had my notes up. And I wanted to make sure it was still there. So life path 33, or you're very good with your communication at this time, since life path 6 is a communicator. So a lot of you may be stepping into your communication at this time. One of your imprints that you could remember from another life, or feel like you lived that life, could have been a public speaker. Almost forgotten, feels like home, 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 feels just like home. Yeah, brother bear. Some of you might be feel like you're a protective bear, or fox, like coy like a fox. Because I'm getting that you're very strategic with the song from Brother Bear. Very strategic. Some of you may be adopting or even act as a big brother or big sister program, or someone is welcoming a new member to the family and you're wondering whether or not your kid will be a good big brother or sister. I feel like yes. This is an indication of yes. I feel like you know how to balance love between you have an expansive heart, and you know how to love people the way they need to be loved. And I feel since you're going to connect with them so well, whether this isn't bringing another animal home, or another fish, or even like reptiles and stuff like that, I feel like you know how to cater to each person's needs and loves as a parent. And I feel like you're doing a good job between balancing between either your fur babies and your human kids, plant babies. I feel like you really know how to cater. I keep saying it that way constantly. Some of you may be caterers as well. or just stepping into your chef era. You got, let them cook. Let them cook. I feel Spirit saying is like, let them cook. So I feel like a lot of baking is going on, a lot of cooking is going on. I feel like you're really wanting to nourish yourself and your family. You could have been through in a little bit of a rut, and you're knowing if you face the belly of the beast, you know, by making motivation out of nothing, that you are receiving the feast. So yeah, some of you may be learning how to spruce up your diet, or starting to eat at home more, introducing yourself to new styles of food because you want to branch out. And you may be wondering whether or not your people will like it, and I feel like they will. I have one friend who's was a professional chef, and they told me, they were like, if anyone complains about food, is not a real chef, because every chef knows don't waste food, and everyone's doing their best. And I haven't worried about cooking food for people since then, because I was like, yeah, if they don't really like it, I'm the one who's gonna have to eat it for the next little bit. They can go home and make their own, you know? So it's like, it's not as high stakes. Some of you might be having stakes high. But yeah, this it's not a high stakes thing in order to make a meal inside of your home. You know, high risk, high reward. I feel like it's the opposite. It's like high reward, low risk. Yeah, no, I wanted to ask if it had any more messages for you, and it just wanted to remind you how proud they are that you've gone from the Page of Wands, like just the beginning of action, and how far you've come in such a short period of time is impressive. And Spirit wants you to know that they are impressed by you. Whether or not that, like, you know, the action that you're taking is rest. Because it is, for some of us, it is a very active thing that we need to accomplish. Rest isn't always easy for everyone. Rest, you have to actively remind yourself to be in rest, and that is taking action. And over time, you're eventually just being able to rest without your mind going off. Like, you know, if you're constantly thinking and wondering about what chores and what things you need to do, when as soon as you're done this, rest, then that's not technically resting, you know? It's like having the phone plugged in, but you're sitting there playing a video game on it the whole time. It's like that phone is not going to charge as fast. So I'm not saying don't play video games when you're resting. What I'm stating is making sure that your mind is resting from things that would bring you down. You know, if you're thinking about, oh, I gotta make sure I make a list for food, I gotta pay rent, I gotta fold laundry, that's not resting. Like, if you were playing video games the whole time and you were thinking about how much you should be doing the laundry, maybe a suggestion of the laundry. But like, if you can't do it that way, and you know that is a wound, it's a childhood wound of feeling like you need to do stuff in order to deserve rest, and be mindful of that and know that it is untrue. You deserve rest when your body needs rest, because it wouldn't tell you it needs rest. Your body isn't a liar. Society is. So over time, we have taught our brains what society has told us, which we should never be tired, we should always be machines, you know, and We are. We are galactic and spiritual machines, and even machines deserve shutdown time. You have your computer running for like 15 years, sure, cool, whatever. Can it do it? Yes. Should it do it? Probably not. It'd probably run better if you shut down that computer each night and let it rest. It's also not a fire hazard either, so don't be setting yourself on fire for other people who would just pour gasoline on you. Is there any other messages besides how very proud you are of our favored ones because they're doing their utmost best? Is there any other messages before I sign off for the day for Mike? Woo! This is for me. This is for me. There we go. You have all the ingredients for what you need to make. Maybe you're looking up apps where you can put in the ingredients that you have and it will teach you different meals that you want. I think there's a website for that too if you want to Google it. It's like, but yeah, it will give you all the ingredients and it'll help you cook it for those people who aren't sure at looking at ingredients in the fridge and coming up with a telltale plan. Yeah. You are a superstar. And the wheel of fortune is on your side. Yeah, a lot of fortune for yourself coming through. Of course, the Pleiades and other imprints. Yeah, you could have had imprint lifetimes from the Pleiadian stars with the sisters there. And other imprints from like Egypt and sphinxes. Yeah, with the imprints, I did mention like people famous of history, but you could have animals that you relate to, familiars, and other lore. Like some of you may feel like you have imprints of like memories from being a werewolf or a wolf or orcas. It doesn't just have to be humanoid bodies that you could have imprinted and felt like you had lifetimes from before. I just wanted to, yeah, lifetimes from before. You could have been from lore. So yeah, just remember that when you're looking into it, if you feel like if you want to look more into imprinting spirituality and Dolores Cannon, you're certainly welcome to, but remember that it could be lifetimes from when you were fairies or angels, minotaurs. It doesn't necessarily have to be humanoids. So yeah, that's the last message we have. Oh, 33, 22. You'll be seeing fours, and hi, boy. Hi. He's so cute. Okay, see you. I will remember to eat, hydrate, and have fun. And I appreciate everyone's new likes. And of course, all my new subscribers. We're at 70 now, which is like, oh my goodness, I can't even believe it, considering I started out the year with I think 13, honestly. So it's been a big jump, and I really appreciate everyone who has come through and sharing your stories. And I love that you love my memes. Memes are amazing. So remember to eat, hydrate, and you got it. Have fun. Bye.